I'm going to begin the session by backing us up a little bit. So you recall that that you all were at the Obsidian Fortress. You had just barely escaped the Phoenix's fiery wrath, due in no small part to Lindsey here, realizing that he could sort of synchronize his power with the Phoenix and negate it. So you killed the Phoenix, you sucked out its soul using that weird, evil, gleaming device.
Oh, that's right. Zoctavir had that.
Yeah.
The claw machine.
We haven't brought it to him yet.
We had gone through, basically just hand-waved out a grueling trek back through the desert. I'm going to roll that part back. That never happened.
Oh, no!
So as the four of you are poking around the fortress trying to figure out how the hell you're going to get back...
Are we back to full?
You will be by the time anything happens. So you notice there is a door here in the outside wall that you didn't notice before. It's sort of subtle and it was closed as opposed to the open entrance you went before. And so it sort of garages open, you can lift it up and it goes... and inside you see a sort of a decent-sized open room. And in it are 4 strange devices. So they've got sort of a body that's maybe yay big and yay wide and sort of humped over, but it looks like there's a seat on it, and it's got a couple of handlebars up on it and a windscreen.
Is this a dune buggy?
No, this is pod racing.
No, they're hoverbikes.
Ooh.
Is this really going?
Yeah.
Are we doing this?
Yeah, because that's way cooler than lizards.
Damn it, elves.
Barbarians have animal handling.
Barbarians on Hoverbikes.
Yeah,
coming soon to a YouTube channel near you.
That's our next series.
Yeah.
Clearly, it's the only way to get around in the desert, right?
That sounds
you can't use treads or nothing like that.
Will they be able to take our
Born to be wild.
copious amounts of Phoenix meat?
Yeah, they have. So these are.
Oh, perfect! They have Phoenix meat storage compartments.
Yeah, these are set up for touring. So the first thing you realize, you're playing around, you're trying to fiddle with the controls.
Magic?
Yeah, there's some sort of magic there. It doesn't feel like they're this terrible.
Evil,
the blood magic.
Yeah.
First of all, they turn on even though you've destroyed all the crystals.
Okay, I was gonna say because Luther is worried because every single other device in this complex was designed for killing people and harvesting their energies for power.
Slowly torturing them to
The
power.
good news is
Yeah.
these are portable soul torturing devices.
Exactly, right? Like that. Yeah.
We can bring the suffering to you.
Yeah. I mean, you do a quick detect evil and there's no evil. It's all good. These are no strings attached hoverbikes.
Yes.
Nice.
And they're sort of set up for touring. They're sort of slung out and long. They've got serious saddlebags on the back.
There is a nasty down payment on them, though.
Yeah, but that was paid more than 10,000 years ago. So
I keep pushing one and having it float back and forth.
Yeah, so if you think of the in Mad Max when they go and they find the grandmas.
Yeah.
And they've got those.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Those good catch. Those slung out. Yeah, that sort of a thing. Except for it turn the wheel sideways and it's got a blue aura underneath it.
Gams.
All right.
Yeah.
Undercarriage neon.
Let's witness this. I'll leave now.
See you, James.
Okay.
I was trying to think of a follow up so I could keep you in there, but I'm the one looking at the Mad Max poster, so that's funny.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wait, you don't have one in your line?
Sadie.
Okay. So you play around with the controls and you figure out how to turn it on and it roars to life. It's got a very satisfying deep thrum to it.
Yeah.
And you're able to play with it and figure out the controls and not kill yourself while you're doing so. And eventually you get everything sorted out and you tear off across the desert back towards Etterby's Arch.
I put racing stripes on mine. Flames on mine.
Fair enough.
No, we get it figured out within 10 minutes, but we stay there for 3 hours while Lindsey paints flames on.
No, I just use magic.
Lindsey, we gotta go! Hold on!
Almost done.
I'm using magic!
Yes, yeah. Yes, I understand, yes. It's smart.
I do that, but with blood, it takes 4 hours. Just kidding.
Whose blood?
There's so much blood.
There's a lot of blood.
Phoenix.
Bird blood. Yeah, let's
You're
go.
We roll out of there.
You're
no.
F-E-N-I-X in blood on the side.
Xanax. Now here's my question:
Phoenix Killer.
how awesome will we look when we roll into town with these?
Will look pretty awesome, except
I don't
for
think
the
people
fact
have seen things like this before.
Zoctavir's
Yeah,
going to
definitely.
take these.
Yeah, what are we gonna do
No,
about
he
that?
doesn't. He doesn't need to.
Yeah, I'll blow him up if
Exactly.
he tries to take them.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think we should.
No, we should hide them somewhere
Yes,
before
we
we get
should.
to town.
Yes, we should hide them somewhere out of
No,
town.
'cause
Stash 'em by the rock.
Did these give off like an aura of magical energies?
I mean, like a little bit, but it's like a short range. Like you'd have to be within 10
Can't
feet
you
of
just
them
turn
to
them
notice.
off,
Aura.
and then they won't have a.
I just don't want to come back to
Energy.
these and they're
They're
gone.
just
Yeah,
hunk of
Yeah,
earth.
no, we'll find a nearby cave.
He
we'll
just said
hide
we
them
could
in
turn
there.
them off.
Yeah, you
Just
turn it
them
off and there's no aura. It's fine.
We'll find a nearby cave. We'll hide them in there. They'll
Yeah.
be waiting for us when we
Listen,
come back.
Gnash, you know just the place.
Exactly.
There's no way anybody in the desert's going to be like, oh, better go check this random cave for some hyperbikes. Like
But what if they go, smells like hyperbikes?
that could be it. That could
That's
be
what I would
concern.
do. Because I
we have ways
found these
to
in the
fix
first place.
smell.
Yeah.
We can cover.
Well, I mean,
I sensed them.
okay.
And that could happen to us.
I mean, but what's the other alternative besides leaving them outside
We're
of town?
free to
We
destroy
take them into
yours.
town and blow up anybody who tries to stop us.
You should enchant a cooler thing and leave it across town.
I'm not sure how I feel about us.
A really
like-
cool rock that gives off a bunch of magic.
Hey guys, there's a really cool rock over there.
I'm not
There's
sure.
a small couple four things, but there's a big old magic.
I'm not sure it's such a good idea to light the whole town up if they try
No,
to.
just anybody who tries to take it.
I don't think that's going to go over well, and I definitely feel like we can't resist the forces Octavir is going to bring to bear to take these things, which will happen. I guarantee it.
I
But-
trust the office man.
All men are flammable.
I trust you now.
Yes.
Remember AMAF. Men are flammable.
And that's why I aim AF. That's me.
You're-
I aim F.
Okay, you guys can take your bikes into town. I'm leaving mine outside the town.
All men are flammable.
Hey, all men are feminists. We're
I
progressive.
I now
All right.
poof
Not all men.
my flames on the side of my thing to AM AF.
Okay, cool.
We need to get you a buzzer. So when we go on too long, you can just be like, eh, and then we move on.
We all get
Or like
shocked.
the Staples easy button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was easy.
You should get they have those like electroshock bracelets. we all go. Shut up.
You know
Okay,
that
so-
they put those.
So you come roaring into town. Maybe you're doubled up if you leave yours out of town. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm
Is-
leaving
is it
mine
that-
outside of town.
Is it that unlikely I could find a cave,
No, you definitely
No.
you know
Okay.
a place.
like close enough by where I could just walk back?
You're
Yeah.
not riding on my bike.
I like
You're
his
not
idea.
cool
That's-
enough.
That's
He can come in
fine.
on
Okay.
his own bike.
All right. So
Actually, if you
Lindsey
think about
comes
it, he
roaring.
can-
I go with him.
It's
We're
more believable than
Yeah.
We're like wild hogging this.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, you're coming
Plume
in
of
on yours
sand coming
too?
up behind you.
I want to be Alan. Want to be Tim?
And I
I want to be Tim.
yeah.
If we're wild hogging
Yeah.
it.
And I
You can be
definitely
Travolta.
add fire coming out of the back of mine.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just making the noises so I can't do any magic.
No.
I'm growling along with it.
You're gonna turn into Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
You realize that, right?
Yeah.
Like you're turning into Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
Is this my water or yours?
Yours.
I just
have
got
no
it
water.
out for
It's
whoever wants
rando water.
I don't get water.
Well, you didn't.
it. I
you're
just
sick
put
he
it
asked
there.
and you
Could've been
you ignored the offer.
I am not drinking water.
On the new diet, it's called no water.
You heard it here first, folks.
All right. So you come roaring into town. Everybody notices it's a very exciting event. Like they're like, "Wow, they're back! Holy cow!"
I mean, basically, we just have to one up ourselves every time in terms of arrival with these new
Yeah,
jobs.
Dan.
So
I don't
there's-
know. Do what you want.
We
I'm
need to
hiding my
move in
bike outside of
fortress
town.
next
Yeah.
time.
They're hiding their bikes. Are we? I'm not.
We're putting him in like a. We're putting him in like a,
We're putting them in
like a
our
locked
guild
barn.
garage.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
guild garage.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
We sweep away a bunch of bard corpses and then
Besides, when they take yours, it's all the more believable that there aren't
it's always bard corpses.
Was that a gamer's reference?
Maybe it was.
I hope so.
Jeez.
Did you know I'm in the second one?
Yes, Zach, you've told me that literally every time Gamers has come up.
I have to.
5 years I've known you.
I've had to.
You
His
name
sister's-
drop it. No,
His
yeah.
sister's in
Okay.
it too.
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
you all
Sorry.
you park your hoverbikes. You wander into your hideout. Everybody's cheering because you're back.
Gamers.
And Zoctavir himself wanders in and he says, gentlemen, I'm glad to see you've returned. And what mounts. How impressive.
Only the
Yeah.
finest for the very beast.
That's right. Lindsey is right. Zoctavir.
We found 2 of these.
We found 2 of them. We say that.
Sure, that's fine.
Well, it's a shame that that's all there were. Regardless, here's your reward, and he tosses it on the table.
Coin.
Right, the 400 gold pieces to match the 400 you got.
So we each get 100. So
Oh shoot! How much did we have last time?
I have 248 gold now.
Oh, that
Yeah,
was
we
something
all
I
had
didn't-
248. So now we have 348.
The bikes are yours to keep, of course. You know, loot, takings. These are
Of
not
course.
things, like, these are the things that an employer promises to his band of mercenaries.
Oh, that's rather kind of you.
We take no less.
Speaking of things we found while we were out there in the Badlands,
I was wondering.
yeah, so the fortress itself was actually very terrifying. It seems to still have power to it, and it was powered by some form of necromantic blood magic.
Oh, goodness gracious.
There was a person. Was it an elf?
Yeah.
Okay. There was an elf strapped to a horrific apparatus of some sort that was made for slowly causing him pain and using that suffering and blood from the suffering to fuel the entire facility. And there was literally like coffins, rows of coffins of bodies that could be swapped out when this elf gave up the ghost.
Thousands of them.
Thousands of them.
Now here,
Oh, you said hundreds of thousands.
that's still thousands.
That is true.
Now here's my question.
Goddamn.
If I recall, was our box similar to the energy given off in the Citadel?
I remember asking that last time, and
Yes,
Dan
you
had
said yeah.
confirmed it.
Which
Or not.
box? The
Our soul
soul
The
box.
Phoenix
maker?
box, yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, so I had a question about this. Where'd you get this box you gave us?
Well, so I had wondered about that. You know, such a fortress like that teleporting itself across the desert, that is a serious bit of arcane power that it is burning through, and I wondered how it could possibly have sustained itself for so long. I would not be surprised. I mean, this, like, he basically, like, you remember that he straight up told you, like, this is a piece of, like, pretty dark work, and I had to, like, pay an arm and a leg to get it.
I remember now. Okay, I
So he's like-
don't ask.
I
No,
suppose
he did tell us, but I'm still curious about
Yeah.
it. Yeah, who exactly did you pay to do this for you?
I'm afraid I cannot reveal my sources on this. This is, of course, not quite legal to possess.
So, what you're telling me is that Earl is dealing in contraband.
Black markets exist anywhere, young man.
I see. You're a very resourceful man, Zoctavir.
Well, you know, there's a job to do. There's a war on, don't you know?
You know, the thing about resourceful men is they have to make sure to cover their tracks carefully. It'd be very good if you took steps to make sure that information of you owning a box such as this didn't get out.
He's
Well,
threatening you.
No, Lindsey, I'm simply advising our friend here that he needs to be very careful to cover his tracks.
You are absolutely right, of course. And if you breathe a word of this to anyone, of course, you can rest assured that there will be consequences. But I know,
Not from us. Not from us. No. That's not what I meant.
He's threatening you.
That's not what I meant.
as
I'm
you
saying-
have my trust, I believe I must have yours.
I'm saying we're in bed together now. I don't want us getting. It's a turn of phrase. I don't
He's
want.
not my type. Don't put words in my mouth.
I was saying okay. Okay. Look, what I'm saying is we're both in the same boat. That's a better idiom, right? Yeah. We're both in the same boat. We have to be very careful that this doesn't get out to the higher authorities. Paladins, other forms of religious orders who don't match our friend Vehya here. That would be problematic.
Luther, what boat do you propose is in this desert?
There's a river.
Oh, okay.
You can float down.
This is all.
Yes!
This,
Yes!
This means a lot to you.
this is all happening, and Gnash goes, I don't know what it is.
So, I'm saying this down because I'm worried about eggshell. That's why. Not,
okay.
yeah.
Yes, rest assured, Mr. Mossgrove, I have a plan for disposing of this.
Okay, excellent. Good to know. Because-
you
Will
did
you
bring it
be-
with you, did you not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Lindsey had it.
Okay.
I killed the phoenix.
Very
But these
impressive.
guys did most of the work.
And how did it feel, the retribution?
Empty. But good.
What?
So can I have the box of soul?
Okay. I hand it over.
Awkward.
Yeah.
He takes it and puts it in his strange, seemingly infinite pocket where he draws things from.
I love that trope.
Does
Does he actually have like a bag of holding or something?
You're not sure. You've never seen under his cloak.
I would be very keen on hearing of when you disposed of this.
Still don't know.
My contacts are not prone to me talking about them at all. In any way. They would probably kill me. It'd be bad. Not that I don't have security measures in place, of course, but, you know, a powerful artifact like this, I'm talking about powerful dealers of powerful power.
Yes, I'm sure many people would like to use it.
I mean, it was really fun.
So, regardless, you were speaking of this this fortress and the torture chamber within.
Yeah.
How is it? I've got my theories, but what was the device? I asked out of academic curiosity, of course.
Some sort of horrific contraption powered by blood magic.
Tell me, were there red crystals?
You know,
Perhaps yay big?
it's difficult to recall. We had run into a trap at the time, so we were kind of running for our lives at the moment, frantically trying to escape the room before we burned alive in acid. We did end up breaking the machine, unfortunately.
I see. Well, that is, of course, for the best.
Is there a reason you would be so interested in it?
Well, this fortress is legendary, right? The power of the ancient peoples who used to live in this area is beyond measure, and there is a war on, don't you know?
I see. Interesting. Yes, yeah, that is good strategy. Yeah.
You keep
mentions
forgetting about that war.
I haven't
a
forgotten.
lot.
I'm keeping quiet about it because I don't
Hey,
want
there's a
to
war on,
give this
you
guy.
know?
All right, never mind.
Well, doubtless it is for the best that such a horrific contraption has been shut down for good.
On that, we can
Yes,
agree.
yes.
Good work. Well,
The feast this week should be much more palatable for your overly refined tongue. Phoenix will cook much more agreeably compared to the Manticore.
We'll need to put a lot of goats into service though, for the cheese.
Yeah. Yummy.
very well. One last question for you. Did the Phoenix release a feather?
To be honest, I don't remember.
No.
Shame. I would have expected it to after such a like when the body is consumed and finished, typically a single feather will be left behind, and it has great magical powers. I would have let you keep it, of course, spoils of war and all that, but well, what a shame.
No feathers. Oh well.
Well, I
Could've
expect
put that feather in my hat.
Did you get one? I
He
literally.
said nothing about
We-
no feathers.
we
I
did
actually
not.
forgot.
No, I don't remember any feathers.
Okay.
Yeah. No, there was definitely a feather.
What?
You definitely have it.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
This. I don't know if this came
Now
out.
I'm glad I asked.
Yeah.
Well,
No, you mention it.
well, I mean, if I'd known that, I probably wouldn't have
What's the
unintentionally
deal?
lied. But
Wait a
that's
minute.
Okay.
Let's check the tape.
All right. So the feast will be tonight then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you are the ones who understand how this works. How do we... Like, does eating this thing... Does the meat regenerate? Have you
No.
guys ever killed a phoenix before?
Let's
Yes.
find out.
No. We'll find out.
I'm worried about what that could do to a person's stomach.
How do you handle spicy foods?
Not well.
Oh, that's too bad.
Oh.
It's fire. It's a phoenix. It's got to be spicy.
You can order a meal from 4 stars to 6 stars.
Can I get 0 stars?
No. The baseline is 5.
Will you
I'll
come
bring you an
over,
empty bowl.
will you come over and check and make sure I'm okay?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure the orphans will be delighted about the whole thing.
Yeah.
There'll be plenty of milk.
Yes, the orphan.
I love
yeah, milk.
orphans.
Yes, milk can help me.
Maybe.
Yeah, everyone's always invited to the feast.
Yes. You're not gonna ask about the orphans?
I thought we had.
I just assumed we'd know about the orphans.
To be honest,
No,
no.
you don't know about the orphans.
To be honest, no. Luther doesn't really care.
Okay.
Well, what do you mean orphans?
But didn't you notice the new construction? We built an orphanage here. There are so many
I did talk
children of the war.
He's gonna put the orphans in the torture castle and use them to power it.
Dan like furiously scribbles something down.
The blood crystals are broken now.
Torture castle.
Well, everyone knows that an orphan has the most latent energy inside of them because of all their sorrow.
That's like the most D&D villain plot ever. It really
I
is.
took all the orphans and put them in my
Dr. Beard tells you about this orphanage
my
that he's built.
portable
He's so proud of
torture
it.
castle.
Right? He's like sort of been able to like scrape some money off of the top of the trade in the rock oil now that that's going. And he built this orphanage for the children whose families have been destroyed by the war. And
What about the children native to this area?
I mean, any of them who are orphans would also be welcome. An orphanage is not going to close its doors to anyone, regardless of
it should.
race or gender or.
Let me stay there.
You can stay.
We all.
Oh, that's right. We're all orphans.
I'm not.
Yeah, your family
have a
sucks
home.
though.
They don't suck. My family's great.
I reach over to you and go, "Oh, we can change that.
What?
Yeah,
Don't worry about it."
To be an orphan.
It's actually
You're not gonna kill me.
a prerequisite to joining the guild.
Does he know what an orphan is?
It can't be a prerequisite to join the guild. That breaks the whole story.
The orphan.
The orphan clause.
We were the very beasts
We do
building
your-
was
we do
the
your-
orphanage before, and then we
Your background check came in
Wait.
2 weeks after hiring you. Turns out you're not an orphan.
turns out you have
We're gonna have to
parents.
change that, or you're gonna have to go.
No! This is my dream job!
Okay.
Do a blood test?
I guess we should
Yeah.
get started on the feast.
Yeah, so feast happens. Phoenix meat is, of course, quite spicy, but the entire village is like super pumped about this, and so they all eat it, and they all.
The cactus juice is flowing too.
Is
Yeah.
the structure that is being built into the orphanage, is it currently under construction?
No, it's finished. They barn raising. You put up a.
Are there orphans inside it?
Yeah, there are.
Don't.
I
burn
go
it
look at the
down.
orphans.
Can we?
They're adorable little children.
Wait, they just let me in there? I look terrified.
No, we're bringing food.
Yeah, but you're like the hero of
Oh, I guess, yeah, I'll bring the food over.
You're
Yeah, let's bring
telling
food.
The legend
the
of
orphans
the
that
Phoenix.
cheer. And this orphanage, it's not like a crappy Oliver Twist orphanage. It's like the kind of orphanage where you can get second helpings of gruel.
Ah.
I
you
asked
want-
some of
Or
them,
terrible phoenix soup that burns your whole esophagus.
I get down really low and I'm like, where are you from? No, I just want to know.
The children are a little bit frightened of you.
You have black teeth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're freaking terrified.
Where are
Luther's
you
scared of
from?
you.
You look like a witch.
No one, you never see my face.
I crouch down and I go, "Let me handle this." And I go, "I'm an orphan too."
Wow, really?
Yes.
Yay!
I'm an
I
orphan.
live with wolves.
3. Watch me juggle flyer.
The children are enthralled by your performances and the fact that you're both all orphans. And they even
He's an orphan
over
too.
their
He just
initial
doesn't know it yet.
scariness of you.
I can keep you alive when your organs are outside of your body.
Kids,
Wow.
kids, look how amazing we all are. Look how boring he is.
I'm not there. I'm
He's
busy
not an
swinging milk.
orphan.
I'm out of the
This
scene.
is
No,
what
we
you
just
become.
describe you then. If you ever see.
Because
if I was here-
an uncool man.
If I was here, I'd be shutting this down. I'd be like, stop scaring the kids.
No, they're loving it.
They
They've like
love
sort of
us.
gotten over your freakiness.
They don't let
They're-
you in the building because you're not an orphan. You have
No.
to stand in the doorway and look. Guys!
There's a parent runestone and it tells you.
It's like the reverse. Like I'm leaning in sadly, and they're like eating dinner with all the orphans, and I
We're
can't have
playing.
it. Yeah.
We're playing some really fun games. You're like,
I'm looking at cards the wrong way around and stuff. And
or are you trying to teach them how to read and you don't even know how to read? You're teaching them bad ways to write?
Ka. We'll stop there.
That's enough for now.
Duh.
Okay. So
Okay.
the feast is a great success. Everybody's loving it. Um,
Man, I was hoping there'd be some weird shit going on in the orphanage. Turns out it's just kids
No.
there.
yes,
Well, we didn't look very hard, but
Octavia just
Yeah,
really
that's
loves
true.
kids. You know, he's just trying to do the right thing in this world.
I
how much
don't
does he love
buy
kids?
it.
I don't buy it either, but I do like these children.
So a couple of weeks go by, and you hear a knock, knock, knock at the door of the clubhouse.
Or open
We throw it open.
the door.
I'm sitting in the back with my feet up on the table, looking through my parchments of pictures.
It is, believe it or not,
Octavia.
Viscount Octavia.
Wow.
Oh, Octavia, welcome back. What is it this time?
I'm sharpening my sword.
Uh,
I got cactus coffee in my...
Cactus
Are
coffee!
you wearing like a big bathrobe?
Yeah.
Everything is cactus out here.
yeah.
We're in a desert. I grind up the cactus beans.
Listen, I have another assignment for you. This one wasn't originally going to be on my list, but something has come up, you see. The supply lines to and from Earl have been attacked by something. We're not quite sure what. We think it's some sort of a beast or a creature. So it seems like it might be right up your alley. We just don't know what it is.
You want us to go blindly into this.
To be fair, he hasn't been giving us much information about the other things we fought, or what would be there when we found
How
them.
can we fight that we don't know?
Well, what were those supply lines carrying?
So this was actually a supply line in. This was a construction crew and their equipment. So we're talking timber, we're talking like food and rations. We're talking like building equipment, metals, like refined goods that it's hard to get out in Etterby's Arch.
What makes you think it's a beast?
Well, it's the we have one witness, you see, and there's not. She hasn't given us a whole lot.
It had huge.
But from what she says, we can be reasonably certain this was not a natural, like it wasn't a war attack at least.
Okay.
And there aren't hostile groups out here. There's just not enough people for that to make sense. Like nobody's opposed to the armies of Earl. So we assume that it must have been some sort of a beast attack. Perhaps you all might know more. You are more familiar with this territory, of course.
So I'm gonna roll up my parchments, put it back in my tube, and lean forward and go, well, there's a couple of things it could be. And then based on the description, I'd like to roll to expound on theories, if possible.
Yeah, what do we know
So
hangs out in the
Where does
you know,
What
so
eats
he tells you
wood?
that it was in.
termites?
It was up in
Giant
the,
termites!
the juniper and
Beavers!
scrub pine forests that sort of go on the west side of the river up towards the mountain, and the road goes through there. You know, the old road sort of winds its way down out of the mountains and through the forest, and eventually to Etterby's Arch. And you know that there are dryads in those forests. This is a pretty well established fact.
Aren't
like,
they
people-
normally not really aggressive, though?
Yeah, that's sort of the
They're
thing.
fucking
Dryads
dryads.
aren't like they'll so dryads are
Dryads are
they're
nice.
attached to a tree. They're like a spirit that's bonded to a tree. And they will fight to the death to protect their tree if it's threatened, but they're not aggressive.
Yeah.
They're not gonna go attack you. And like any tree that's near to a road like that isn't gonna have
A dryad.
a dryad.
This
right?
reference-
This is,
So, like, that's a
deep in the
shitty
forest.
tree.
So
Yeah.
I lean forward and ask, Octavia, has any of your recent expansion...
Come on!
We're back on our bikes!
Wow.
Wow.
Just give it a sec.
Yeah.
Get going already! So Octavia, has any of your recent expansion cut down a large supply of trees? Things that looked sacred, or maybe were hidden deep in a forest somewhere, or cut a swath through a forest?
I don't think so. There's nothing that I've authorized, at least. I don't know. It could be some enterprising individual has taken matters into their own hands. But
Okay, because if you've done so, that could be what's angering what I think are dryads.
dryads. Well, that doesn't. I mean, I don't. You are the experts, but you should. We do have a witness. You should.
Yeah, we'll talk to her.
Oh,
What was
they're
what
here.
was what was
Yes.
up with your hesitation there?
Hmm?
Well,
Oh.
you seemed unsure of my hypothesis.
Well, I don't know. I'm in the past. I've been I've known what you were up against before sending you out, and this time I'm sure you're up to it.
I see.
Well,
Should we
if
talk
this
about-
is
Especially if it's dryads. Dryads are...
if this is a blind venture, we're gonna need more up front and more after we just need more.
I agree, Lindsey. But we should talk to the witness first to see what we're dealing with.
No. If we're gonna bother our time talking to a witness, I need the assurance that this is worth our time. Viscount Zoctavir.
So you will get your upfront pay, your upfront half, once you have accepted the job and committed to dealing with this creature. I would not probably recommend taking such a deal before you have gotten some information about what it is you're up against. But I will, of course, be raising your rates this time, as usual. You have proved yourself to be a valuable resource, and there's no reason not to honor that.
Just as I said, we'll take it. Let's go.
Okay. So, Zoctavir leads you back
like-
to...
As you're turning and walking away, Luther takes one of the nearby pencils he was riding with and just just breaks it, or quill or something.
Okay.
I mean, he did say he'd pay us more.
So Zoctavir leads you back down the street to his offices, his recently constructed place. And in the study, there is a old lady.
Ooh.
Ew.
And Zoctavir says, "This is the wife of the caravan leader. She's not that old, but she's probably 55 or 60, which in this day and age for a human is pretty old.
Pretty impressive.
But she's not age. But Zoctavir introduces her this is the wife of the caravan leader. They were sort of business partners. She would travel with him and did lots of the stuff. And you look at her and she is definitely not in good shape. She's sort of huddled over and she's got a cup of tea. And she's got bandages all across her face.
Ooh.
Right over her eyes.
Oh, did her
Spooky.
eyes get poked out?
Well, you should brace yourselves. And Zoctavir,
Oh.
excuse me, Rosemary, do you mind? The heroes are here, the monster hunters.
Might she have 3 other sisters? Parsley, sage, and thyme.
Get out of here.
Bingo!
Hey, you made it. You're the one who made a food kit.
She's one of the...
She sort of nods feebly, and Zoctavir takes the bandages and unties them and slowly, gently sort of takes them off. And you can see that her eyes are just these blackened pits, it looks as though some sort of necrotic energy, and they just rotted right out of her head.
Oh. Do I recognize this
Merlin's
effect?
beard.
Nope. It's definitely not dryads.
What do you know about this,
Yeah.
Vehya?
What do I know about this?
Go ahead and...
Oh yeah, this is your week. What do you know about this?
Yeah,
Oh,
go ahead.
I that was. A
I'd like to
segue.
know too.
Roll me a bit of Arcana.
I roll Vehya knowledge.
I do not know.
Or what do you have in terms of knowledge?
I'd like to roll creepy
I
eyeballs.
have medicine. I have
Ooh, medicine would be
religion.
great.
I lost my head,
Medicine.
Rosemary.
Do medicine. Medicine is.
Come on now.
Now, does she have a baby?
Ooh, 20.
20. Okay. This is some sort of a medical illness. Or a magical illness, sorry.
Some sort of medical
One of those
illness.
ones. I got
So do you go in and
I'm not
actually
the
do
second
an actual examination?
Yeah.
You poke
Okay.
around in there.
Yeah. So she seems to just not have any sensation in there whatsoever. And you can, it's definitely some sort of necrotic energy. It has rotted them away. This is definitely the effect of a spell, but the way the spell takes shape is through this disease that just rots the eyes out of the head.
I know what this is.
Did you?
great.
Was it from seeing something? Did you see something?
Do you ask her?
What do you remember before
Well,
your accident?
Maybe it's a cockatrice.
we stopped for the night. There's a bit of new construction out there, a way house right along the road there. Some enterprising young fellow has decided to build the place, and the way house itself isn't finished. Perhaps never will be now. But the let's see. The proprietors, they're living in tents now, and they offered to sell us hot fresh food, which after a week of trial rations, well, goodness gracious, it's welcome thing. Anyway, so we did all that. We went to bed. And late at night, I went to answer nature's call, you know. And as I was out there, I heard some shouts of alarm, and then they turned quickly to screams. I started to hurry back, but I froze. I
use my magic to soothe her.
Okay. So you can feel like as you like reach out, tendrils of magic and sort of interact with her mind, you can feel that there's like a block there. Like she, like not
like
just
something
like
is preventing her from remembering.
Yeah, it's not like she doesn't want to tell you or like can't stomach it. Like this is a traveling woman. She's been all over the world. Like she has some grit to her, but she like literally there's some sort of magical thing in her brain which is preventing her from.
Does she
telling
recognize that?
That's a witch.
No, she has no idea.
She doesn't know why she can't.
Yeah, she just like, and she tries several times to articulate it, and it just doesn't come out.
Does it upset her that she can't figure out what she's trying to
She's
say?
just so exhausted and sort of terrified from this whole experience. Like, upset is almost beyond her at this point.
Okay. Well, I want her to know she's not crazy.
Okay.
And that there is something that is preventing her from clearly remembering this, or at least speaking about it. So it's not, it's no fault of her own. It's something that has happened to her, so she can take solace in that, I guess.
Oh, goodness.
It seems that whatever was cast on you is trying to keep you from remembering this specific instance. So any sort of fears you might have about your memory degrading, I would not be too concerned about it progressing any further.
Oh, thank goodness. Can you get past it?
I could try.
Yeah, try.
What would I do to do that?
Do you have Dispel Magic or Remove Curse?
I do have both of those, actually.
You do have Dispel Magic?
Double fist him.
What do I remove curse?
I don't think...
This old lady?
Yes, I do have remove curse.
2 more cocktails for the list.
I also have dispel. I took a lot of.
That's a pretty good
He
cocktail.
said dryads, and I took a lot of magic spells.
Yeah.
Can I
Probably, remove curse is probably going to be a good call.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Then I will cast remove curse.
Okay. Do you have to roll anything for that?
It automatically gets
It'll say...
rid of
over
one
here.
curse.
Okay, cool.
Doesn't look.
So you
Yeah,
need to
so
mark
you,
this.
Buy one curse.
reach out and sort of... Or what does that look like when you remove this curse? This mental block from her mind?
So
That's how it works.
what does it? You mean what does it look like, or
Yeah.
what does it feel like to her?
Or
However
describe
you
it
want to
somehow.
flavor it.
Yeah.
Flavor it for us.
Give the fans a show, Ryan.
Sure. So I.
I don't want to sneeze in front of the microphone. Sorry. Does it sound like that?
No, it's because you're facing into a corner. You look like you're ashamed of being sick.
That's pretty funny.
I want you to see me.
Logan, come back to the table, Logan. No!
I'm sick. I don't want to.
I'm sorry. In my trying to be helpful,
I cast a spell.
Yeah, at your touch, all curses affecting one creature or object end.
Cool.
Yeah. So, I kind of just, so since it is probably an affliction of her mind, of her memory, I just kind of like wipe my hands. I touch her forehead and I wipe
Jesus.
off
That's what I thought too.
like that. And I think it feels like for her, like as if she could feel like the bandages over her face before, but she feels like almost like a second layer coming off.
Okay.
Nice.
She still can't see out of those pits
Yeah.
that were her eyes, though. That's
That's yucky.
unfixable.
All right. Yeah, she sort of settles back and sighs and says, "Oh, I can remember." Let's see. So she describes. So basically, at the point where she started the story, she like saw through the brush, and up on a ridge overlooking the place where the way house was being constructed, there was a creature. It was silhouetted in the moonlight, and it had a terrible, like the most that she could make out is a magnificent pair of antlers branching out into the moonlight. And the white gleam of the moon
What is
reflecting off of its long, inhuman skull.
Baba Yaga. Fuck.
A what?
The creature surveys the scene below. And then its attention is drawn to the woman. It reaches out a long, thin arm and points with a cruel claw. And that's when she remembers no more.
So as she's describing this, she gets to that part about the antlers, and Luther just frantically pulls out his tube and starts flipping through the pages, and he turns to one. He's like, "Did it look like this?"
Yes, that's it exactly.
But she has no eyes.
Oh.
I was gonna give you a look.
Oh man.
Oh God damn it!
No, like you still do that and you show it to her and they look at you like, you idiot!
No, I'm not that
No,
dumb.
keep it in the fiction, keep it in the fiction.
No, I'm cutting that out.
No,
that doesn't
we're
happen.
keeping it. We're keeping it.
No, it's all right, Sonny.
I look at you like you're an inhuman monster.
No, I wouldn't do that. I'm not gonna do that. Okay,
Anyway,
give him
it looks exactly like her description.
Okay, so
Right.
yeah,
Does it look like...
God damn it.
Okay, continue.
That
I'm
hurts-
sorry, it's really funny.
That hurts my pride as a player so much. So I pull this
I
tube
thought it was
out.
hilarious.
I pull this tube
mistakes
out,
are great.
flip through these pages, and look at it. So yeah, it looks exactly like what she describes. Okay.
What the heck is that, science man?
What I want to know is what Gnash drew on that page.
What I want to know is where's the game?
I think Gnash drew a picture where it's like
Is
a
there like
deer.
is there like a tongue hanging out of the deer?
I thought it was a deer, but just like one leg up and just pooping.
So there's like a line that says poop, but like one O, pop.
Yeah, the dog.
So yeah, Luther like looks up at Lindsey and says, "It's on my list. That's fortunate.
But what is it?
It is a
lesson.
Yeah!
Right out of Witcher 3.
Yeah! It's not a folklore. It's fair game.
Yeah.
It's a legion.
But what is it?
As you rejoice, I go. Wait, that's bad.
Wait, he describes it and you're like,
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
An ancient forest spirit.
Yeah.
It's a protector of sorts, of groves and other places.
Well, that doesn't sound like the kind of thing we want to kill.
It's the manifestation of the harmful evil will of a forest or magical place when it's been hurt or desecrated in some way. My guess is that new landowner has a lot to answer for.
Well, Zoctavir says he might not be answering for much. As far as we can tell, everyone else at that camp was dead.
Ah. That is unfortunate. Well, it is on my list. Zoctavir, I'll take the job.
Very well.
But this thing,
We already took it.
is this thing evil?
I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care either.
It's like this is a pretty deep aberration. Like it's like a creature of the wild, but it's like all of the malevolent, like pestilence and fear and hate and
yeah, this is all of the toxic negative energy of the forest that has been. This is the thing in Princess Mononoke that comes out after the forest has been.
Well, are they
Once-
flammable?
Once all of you guys reveal that and that it is a terrible thing, Gnash looks visibly more relaxed. I'll just say that.
I'd like to roll to see if I know anything about the weaknesses. Okay.
Yeah, go for
What
it.
do I know about the weaknesses? of this?
Yeah, so let's see. This is going to be either nature or arcana.
Well, they're both the same, so here we go. How's a 16 treat you?
Let's see. So you know at least what you already said. Lessons are they're the product of some sort of, like, they're typically not a totally natural thing. Like, something typically has created it. And they're, like, as varied as forests are varied, right? They can have all sorts of powers, but they're all going to be sort of nature-themed, right? So, plagues of insects, darkness, maybe being able to call down a storm.
Eyes frotting out.
Maybe, well, diseases and plagues.
So what you're saying, Dan, is they have druid spells.
It's pretty much it.
Okay. Excuse me.
Yeah,
Great. Do I know of any weaknesses they might have?
Let's see. So you know that they're bound to the forest.
Okay.
Forests are flammable.
We're not burning the forest down.
Yeah, I have to agree with Vehya
Well,
on
we
this
can
one.
That'll make
Down.
more of these.
But we can burn it down.
Perhaps, yes.
A little bit of fire.
I don't know.
Let's see.
how
And I
to
think
do
with
a
the
little bit.
16, that's all you get.
Okay.
You said Arcana. What do I know? I know nothing.
Hey, that's the first step to knowing things.
Well, we should head out soon then.
Oh, so you're all willing to join me?
Yes.
Of course.
Excellent.
You think you could take it alone?
No, but I have to try. What?
You would not survive.
Yeah, well, the alternative is... Well, anyway.
Fear not, friend. We'll join you on this one.
But let's go tomorrow.
That's fine.
We should rest up.
I don't think we're going to be able to eat this one this time, though, so I just want to kind of get out ahead of that here and say...
Oh, we'll see.
It's literally made out of wood.
Yeah, you can do a lot of things with wood. I would know when I had to travel through the desert alone.
All right.
After my village was burned out.
He's like a triple orphan. Like 3 orphans in one.
That's why they call me 3-for-1 Pipkins.
First layer of orphan is no parents. Second layer of orphan is no extended
It's the
family.
same orphan BBG is like, and I also killed
Third
your
layer of
parents.
orphan is when your town is burned down.
Yeah, exactly.
Phoenix.
I also killed your parents. Then I raised them, and I killed them again. Then I raised them again, and I killed them again.
Yeah, so let's go tomorrow. I need my beauty sleep.
What did you use to build this? An orphan. An orphan?
I'm using
Right.
the restroom. So
Yeah.
you guys do your sleepy stuff while I do my bathroom stuff.
I have a silly like sleeping cap that I wear, and Gnash has a stuffed animal.
Oh,
Is it like
Dan-
a fur sleeping cap?
Dan, I do have an errand I need to run before we get out of town. I need to see if there's any place I can buy better armor. Because 14, or this crappy leather armor I've got on is not great.
Yeah, you definitely can.
Let me borrow that for a second.
Yeah, you definitely can.
Sorry.
I was thinking about
Pay no attention to what spells in the spell manual it's open to.
I never do. I'm a rogue. I don't care about spells.
Right.
I was thinking about
Arcane Trickster, what's that?
getting half plate and raising my AC, but I don't want to.
You might have the cash.
Yeah, but I feel
Oh,
like
no, you don't. Half plate 750 gold.
we'll see.
yeah, we can't afford anything. This guy needs to pay us more.
Right. So I currently have leather armor.
Mhm.
I, if possible, would like to buy some...
Pleather armor. Premium leather armor.
possibly like to buy some studded leather armor.
Yeah, go for it.
45 gold. Okay.
You can definitely find somebody who will sell you that.
Sweet.
Go to
Bring in the AC.
Cupcake. What are you selling? Cupcake.
This one's 15.
Pepperoni.
Let me check and see if
Pepperoni.
rogues are proficient with chain shirts.
Uh-oh. What about Mithril Chain? The 3-5 special.
I don't have.
Classic.
3-5 special. That's funny.
That's what you use as a rogue. You get that Mithril Chain.
I mean, if it's good enough for Bilbo.
Light armor is all I'm proficient in, so no. Studded leather it is!
All right.
Studded leather.
Anybody else want to buy anything while we're in town?
No.
Maybe another health potion or two.
Yes, I would like another health potion.
Okay.
Sorry.
Cool.
I'm gonna relook
Same price
at
as
my
last time. 50 gold?
spells.
Kaz, did you make sure to buy health potions before we left on this mission?
We could try and get them subsidized. Subsidized.
We could try to get them submarine.
What was your price for the healing potions?
50 gold.
50.
Listen, the herbalist gives you a deal if you can bring back these plants
Yes.
that are rare and special.
Yeah.
Then she'll give them to you for 35 next time.
Nice.
Luther makes a note of all the plants.
Sorry. Can I use the bathroom as well?
It's a long list and they're all pretty rare, but you
Right.
should be able to find them in the
You
forest.
should erase that slot since we're gonna sleep.
We're gonna find
Nice.
all of the flowers except for one, and it's gonna be right on the left.
Trying to see if there's anything else I should take because this thing sounds really scary.
So okay, so we got leather. How much are the healing potions, Dan?
50.
50 each.
Jeez. Okay,
I wouldn't worry about it too much.
I'm gonna get one.
She can turbo heal.
Not a lot.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm
Yeah, you
worried.
can.
I'm worried about me getting separated.
You can use that twice per short rest. That's
Yeah, but
70
we're not
HP.
going to have a short rest within the period of fighting this thing.
Maybe. 1 hour is easy to come by. That's just an addition to the spells. though.
Zach, this thing can like kill you by looking at you.
No, that's to the average peasant. We're brave, powerful warriors.
I don't want to take that risk.
Do you have dispel magic or counterspell?
I have
I don't know if
dispel
that's in
magic.
cleric spell
It's
list.
not. I
Okay.
have remove curse.
That's definitely one to keep
I
around.
got magic circle prepared in case. Glyph of warding I have prepared in case. I also took animate dead just in case. I don't know why.
You gonna raise some zombies to fight this thing?
Well,
Sorry,
I
Dan.
mean,
Here you
like, if there are around, why not?
go. No, I know. It's just pretty.
You know, why not make distractions?
So Glyph of Warding is actually a very long setup spell.
Yeah, then I won't take that.
Well, it might be worth it if we want to set a trap. I'm just saying.
I just don't know. Like, I'm trying to think about, like, what... I took banishment.
You can totally set a trap with that.
Yeah, I know. That's what I figured what it was.
Okay.
But, I mean, like, I'm trying to think about, like, anything else I want to just have ready to go in case.
Okay. So you head out to the Way House.
The White
in the
House?
morning. The Way House.
Oh, the Way House. Okay.
Well, we ride our bikes out.
Yeah, of course.
Can I ask Luther a couple questions while we are on the way?
Sure.
I just want to. Gnash comes to you and he says, do you have any more intuitions about our benefactor? You seemed a little suspicious of him.
Zoctavir? Yes. Let me put it this way. He's a man with a duty. He has a sworn guideline and rule that he has to follow. Somebody has to serve. He's going to do whatever it takes to complete that duty. So if he can use that magic we found out in the desert to further the war efforts, he will. I think it's best to keep that away from people like him.
I agree. I was worried for a bit that we would be dealing with a force that was stunting his grand schemes, or perhaps striking back at something terrible going on. But now that we're ridding this forest of something more aberrant, as long as we continue to take out unnatural things, I'm comfortable with working for him. But otherwise, I am perhaps as dubious as you.
To be honest, I'll have to kill these monsters either way, so it doesn't really make a difference whether I'm following Zoctavir's aims or not.
Well, let's hope we have the same goals. I imagine we will. Not to say that, well, be on opposite ends, but it seems like we're only killing terrible things, so that's pretty good so far.
Yeah, I suppose we'll have to see, won't we, Gnash?
I slap you in the back and give you a heart.
I didn't know you knew so many words with that many
Yeah,
syllables.
serious.
It took me half the journey to come up with my questions.
He's got note cards.
He's been practicing his vocabulary, like, a lot in all his downtime.
It's like that thing you do when you're insecure and you meet a smarter person than you, and so you try to use smarter language.
Makes sense.
That's thinking a lot of your character, isn't it?
Nobody else does that. That's my flaw, Ryan. I'm more competent than everybody.
So it's a 2-day ride out to the Way House
Even on mega
horses.
bikes? Oh.
On your bikes, it's about half a day.
Nice.
Definitely taking the megabikes.
Speedy.
So you tear off down the road, and you know it doesn't matter how rutted the
Hogs.
I don't know why.
Anyway, it doesn't matter how rutted the path is or how like up and down, because the bikes just go about 6 inches over it. So no big deal.
What if we go around a 7-inch log?
You're gonna have problems.
Uh-oh.
I'll try spinning. That's a good trick.
Sorry. Alright. So anyway, you get out there. It's broad daylight, like it's right around noon when you get there.
No.
And we're getting into June now. It's like early June.
So it's getting hot.
It's getting hot. Right? And this is the time of year when it'll be like it's still not August. But it's like quite warm. It gets up to 100, 110 during the day.
Oh, jeez.
It's August.
I
Sun
regret.
gets down, so it's not there yet. And you're in the shade of the forest, and you've gotten a little bit of elevation heading up into the mountains. So it's not like it's like 94 right now.
Nice. A nice breezy night.
But it's yeah.
For us.
But it's pretty warm. The sun is definitely beating down on your heads. And you get out there, and there's definitely there is a foundation and like a mostly constructed way house, and they've clearly cleared some land around it, and putting things together. They're like, we're working on a stable over there. And go ahead and, as you sort of inspect the scene, give me a suspect. Is that a skill?
Investigation?
Yeah, investigation.
Okay. So investigation is like getting off and like poking around at
Yeah.
things. Perception is more.
I'm assuming that you are doing that.
Okay, cool. Yes. 15.
3.
I get a 14.
14.
I'm going to say I do not
17.
investigate
17.
when I get off.
Okay.
I
D20.
sit down
What?
because I got a
Meditate.
3.
Cool.
It's not even worth trying.
All right. So, James, you're looking around. You see there's definitely signs of a struggle.
Oh, nice.
Some sort of probably a pretty intense struggle. So there's like some tents over there and just like camping gear and supplies and stuff.
I mean, is it obviously these men and women fighting off this beast? Or
Ooh,
like...
let me know if you see me down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's the wagons over there. They're all busted up. The like supplies are scattered. It doesn't look like anything's missing, but you're not, you don't really know the manifest or anything like that. And like Oxford said, it's mostly provisions, construction tools and equipment, things that's hard to come by in Etterby's Arch.
Okay.
And there's like the tents and all of that. And especially the tents are just like destroyed, like they're totally ripped apart. There's lots of bloodstains. There's some like claw marks and some strange like patterns on the ground. You're not sure what they are.
Is there any
That's about all you get for it.
trail or track that I could follow?
Go ahead and give me a survival.
Cool.
Anybody who's interested in survival.
Well, I got a 13.
As a survivor, 15.
I have
Better.
a
15.
very strong survival, but I'm not investigating.
Okay. Yeah. So it looks like there's like a strange like the tracks here are weird. Definitely stuff was dragged. But you can't quite tell by what. Like it almost looks like the plants attacked them. Like there's like vines and weird root formations and crap.
No.
But definitely something was dragged off. Like the tracks go into the forest, and looking at it, it appears that whatever was dragged off was either unconscious or dead before the dragging began.
That's good, at least.
Do Lushens eat humans?
We're not sure.
Great.
You're pretty sure they're like aberrant spirits and they don't eat anything.
Yeah, like I thought they just like killed things and then okay. Huh.
Hey, maybe he's making his own army of the dead, and then they'll fight my army of the dead.
There are no bodies, right?
Yeah, no bodies.
Okay. So have all of these bodies like been
I can
dragged
make them
off?
feel like
Because
you wouldn't want
Zucker
that.
just said that they lost, like they got creamed.
Yeah, I mean, so you don't see any, like, it seems like if you're, like, tracing the tracks, like, all of the tents have drag, like sign of a struggle and then drag marks going away from them. So it
Okay.
seems like the whole camp was, honestly, the more you look at it, looks like whoever attacked them had a pretty easy time of it. Like, it doesn't,
I don't find
seems like it's
any.
pretty one-sided.
Do I find any like tufts of fur and feathers?
Do you? I'm gonna say no, you don't.
Okay, cool.
No birds. No animals. Very mysterious.
Okay.
Don't like
so
this.
can we follow the drag marks?
do it.
Yeah, I mean, they get off into the brush and they sort of peter off a little bit, but it seems like they sort of go that way.
Okay, I think our best bet is probably to follow these marks.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's head off there.
Cool. So you trek through the brush. It is like, this is the desert, but it's like surprisingly lush.
Verdant.
Yeah. Like all the scrub pine and the juniper, like, turns out those are like these hardy, scraggly bushes, and they're sort of, you have to navigate around them. So it's not like that hard, but it's not easy going. But you get through it.
Does the fact that this forest exists here seem unnatural?
Well, you're not. I mean, biologists.
I mean, I can roll nature.
Well, you could roll. Go ahead and roll nature.
All right.
You know.
Ah,
Botanist.
come on, 11.
No,
11?
Nothing.
So you know that this area has been sort of becoming more and more arid over the last several thousand years. And you know that that's because of the mountain range that came up. That's what drove out the sun elves and all this crap.
Okay, cool.
And yeah, it does seem a little bit like on the other side of the river, it's just like barren. And then on the east side of the river, it's like all of a
People are
sudden a lot
feeding the
more.
forest.
Yeah. It's Something like that.
It's sort of yeah.
I was gonna say,
it's not like it's subtle. It's not like blatant.
do we as wanderers like recognize that this is perhaps different than we may have seen in the past, or is
Yeah.
it more subtle than that?
It's more subtle than that.
Okay.
Like a frog in boiling water.
James.
Oh, thanks.
The camera.
Camera.
Yeah. So
I thought you were choking for a
You're
second.
about to have a seizure.
Yeah.
I knew exactly what was coming.
Did I really look at it?
it was
pretty scary.
It was scary.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
I was like, it's your
So
character who
paranoid.
cast a spell, or like...
okay. So
Yeah.
you wander off to the forest. You're headed off that way.
Yeah.
And you're sort of going. Go ahead. Whoever's sort of leading the group, give me a survival check to like follow these tracks or into.
I've probably
The
got
big guy.
What's yeah?
Survival.
Okay.
What's your score in survival?
Well, +3.
You have +3.
Yeah.
I
I
got
have +7.
I got. Oh, you have 7. You should be doing it.
You're the leader?
Oh my god.
I'll aid,
Okay.
so you get
Go for
advantage on this roll.
So that will be plus. Oh, I got +4. I got 7 in that, but
No, that's you have proficiency, so you're doing wisdom plus your proficiency because you took the skill, so you have +7.
nice.
So roll 2d20 and take the higher
I could have
result.
rolled higher on medicine though. It doesn't matter.
18.
So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to sort of navigate through the woods, and you're pretty sure you're going the right way. You're not sure like how far will these corpses drag, like what is or unconscious bodies or whatever they are. Like
Weird.
it is a little weird. And as you're
Did it not smell fresh? The tracks. Did it not smell fresh?
so this would have been, let's see, so she would have wandered into Edderby's Arch, so that would have taken her like on foot at least 3 days to get in there.
That woman. Oh yeah. Then
yeah.
okay, this was her then. Yeah.
And then you finished that the night and then went the next morning. So this is the 4th day. So they're not that fresh. They're not super easy to follow, but you're able to sort of do it. You're pretty sure you're still headed in the right direction. And as you're out here, you sort of hear a giggling. Like it's faint at first. You're like, oh, did Gnash giggle, or like, am I missing something here? But no, there's like a faint, like almost childlike giggling, like.
Hmm.